England in the final, heading to Berlin, looking for a first major trophy in 58 years. And Stuart, on the front pages, it's all about whether if England win, we get a bank holiday. See what they've done there, Ollie?
I see exactly what you've done.
Yeah, well, it's not me. It's the papers back home. Do we get a bank holiday? Should we have a day off? Should it be a public holiday if England win on Monday, if England win the Euros on Sunday?
I think it should be a bank holiday if and when they do an open-top bus, which is likely to be Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
That might be a better day then.
Well, I would say if it's going to be a bank holiday, it's got to be a Monday. So you have two holidays, Monday and Tuesday. What about that?
We've extended this, haven't we?
I think it's a compromise, and I think it's a fair compromise for all, right?
I think there's not too many would turn that down.
I think the big question is, yes, we can discuss bank holidays, open-top parades, all of that stuff, but England have got to win it first. How confident are you they can win it?
I think we go into the game certainly as underdogs. There's no doubt about that, which isn't a bad thing. It's no problem in a final. The Spaniards have been pretty good, I've got to say. Watched them a couple of times live. But it almost seems the way the script is being written for us as though there's sort of destiny in front of us. You know, it just seems everything's falling in our direction. Late goals, all of those type of things. You know, I dropped Gareth a text and said, good luck. It seems as though there's a Hollywood script being written for you, with Morgan Freeman playing you in the big Hollywood blockbuster, potentially. So, I just think, I don't know, things just seem to be panning out for us. We haven't been playing great, but we're still getting there. I thought for half hour in the first half, Aid, we were magnificent, especially Foden and Mainu and Saka, really good. But I think it could be our day.
I'm sure you just quote. Did he just quote the Killer's lyrics there? Did he say "Destiny is calling me"? I'm sure. Did you throw that in deliberately?
I didn't know, but I'm not that cute, you know. It just happened, just dropped out there.
I think it's just a natural cleverness you don't even know about.
It's a musical thing.
The front page of the Times, in Gareth we trust. Now this story is about whether Gareth Southgate's going to stay on. Just say we win the Euros. I've always thought that he was going to go, and a lot of us thought he's going to go after this tournament. It's not been confirmed or anything like that, but he hasn't signed a new contract. So we were thinking he's definitely going to go. However, I did always have a caveat that if we won the Euros, he'd want another crack at the World Cup. And we've got a chance of winning the Euros. Don't know if we're going to do it, but if we do, I think he might be tempted to stay on and try to win the World Cup. So I want your thoughts on that in just a second, but Ashley Young he's been part of the talkSPORT team for these Euros. He played under Gareth Southgate at the 2018 World Cup. He played in the semi-final of the 2018 World Cup. He joined us on breakfast yesterday. He thinks Gareth staying would be the right decision.
You know, whether Gareth Southgate's going to leave after this tournament, whether they're going to sack him after this tournament, for me, I would give it to him. Keep Gareth Southgate in the job, to be honest. He's got us to two finals, a semi-final. He's doing a fantastic job, and someone else could obviously take the team further. Yeah, it could do, but then someone could come in and the team could not go as far as what's going on. Could it be freshened up? It could. There's so many questions that could happen after Sunday's final.
There you go, that's Ashley Young, who's back in pre-season training at Everton. He'll be part of the talkSPORT team across the day on Sunday as we build up to the final. Stuart and I will be at the stadium in Berlin for that final. But can you see Gareth staying on if they lose or win? Can you see him staying on?
If you ask me the question, do I think he'd be in post or not, I would say, if I was a betting man, I would say more likely he won't be.
Why is that?
Well, you've got to understand, listen, there's a lot of love going his way at this moment in time. A week and a half ago, there wasn't. You know what I mean? In some quarters, and he's not daft. He picks these things up. I just think he might look at this tournament and say, you know what, I've had 8 years at it. I've had a really good crack. He's done. You know my feelings about the job that he's done right across the board at the FA. Has been nothing short of magnificent. I personally think I would be absolutely delighted if he stayed on. I wouldn't be against that, because it would worry me if he stepped down now. Where do we go from here? Who is it? And is it continuous, and the role, and is the next person coming going to do as good a job as him? That would worry me. I would be quite happy as well if he stepped away as manager, but they kept him on as, technical director, head of teams to work with John McDermott and that type of thing, because I think his bank of knowledge is so important to the next man coming through the door. I really do. And he is the sort of fellow that I think if he wanted to take that sort of role on, I think he'd be a massive asset to the new manager. Trouble is with England, and I've seen it times when I've been there and senior managers come in. They come in and it takes them, I don't know, a tournament, let's say, to get to know the runnings of the FA. All of a sudden they have that tournament, that slips by, the next one comes and they're out of post. So I think his knowledge is so vast at the FA that it'd be folly to get rid of him.
I think that you've hit on something there. And when I listen, I've just been listening to Early Breakfast with Shabana Hearn. They had some callers on talking about Gareth, and some of them were positive and others were not so positive. But it feels like it's being judged. It's being judged on one game, which is Sunday's game, and I think his legacy is being judged on one game, i.e. Sunday's final. And I'm thinking to myself, hang on a minute, we've never been to a final on foreign soil. Mm-hmm. Never. In England's football history, the national team has never reached a final on foreign soil. And he's done that. And he's gradually breaking down some barriers. Now, the England job, and you'll know this having been in and around the FA, you've been a caretaker manager of England as well. The England job is not just picking a team and picking a tactic and saying, go out there and do that. There is so much more with it and so many things that he's very good at. And I genuinely think that we won't realise, I'm talking about the Royal We, as a nation, and particularly those who are negative about Gareth, they won't realise how good he is and how much he does until he is gone. But I remember you and I were at Molineux when they were beaten 4-0 by Hungary. We weren't that interested in the Nations League because the players were shattered and it all went horribly wrong. Now, that day wasn't good. He got booed, and I thought then he'd made a decision, that's it. He stayed on after the World Cup to give the Euros another crack. I think he kind of persuaded himself to do that. I thought he'd made his mind up and then changed it. I can't see, after the beer incident at the ground and a lot of things being said back home as well, unreasonable things, in my opinion, I think he is going to go.
Yeah, listen, as I said, I think it's more likely that it will go than stay. If I was him.
But has he been given respect he deserves for the whole job he's done, do you think?
Well, no, because football operates on a game-by-game situation, sadly, and that, that's in some quarters. I think if you're sort of a bit more rounded in the world of football, you do, like myself, probably like yourself and whatever, you think, well, hang on a minute, it's the bigger picture scenario, and what have you done over 8 years for the greater good of our national game? And I see so many good things there that he's influenced, and it's a golden time for our generation. It really is a golden time. We talked about golden times before golden times arrived. This is a golden time now with what we're achieving continually, tournament after tournament after tournament. We're at the latter stages, and there's an expectation for that.
There is, but even mid-tournament, we've heard people saying, get rid of Gareth and bring in somebody else for the rest of this tournament. Imagine how he feels. And he found out about that. Imagine how he feels about that. We're taking your calls this morning. Win or lose, should there be another 2 years of Gareth Southgate? We want to hear your rallying cries as well to inspire the boys to bring it home. 03717 22 33 44 if you want to give us a call. Coming up, we'll take a look through this morning's back pages and guess what it's all about. It's all about England. It's me and Stuart Pearce live from Berlin with the Breakfast Show on talkSPORT.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.